Are you hitting the books hard but still not seeing those grades improve? You might be using study methods that are actually holding you back. When it comes to studying effectively, there are so many strategies out there that promise to help you achieve better grades. But the truth is, not all of them are created equal. In fact, some of the most popular study methods can actually do more harm than good. That's why it's so important to separate the effective techniques from the ineffective ones. One of the biggest pitfalls students face is thinking that they can learn everything at the last minute. They put off studying until the night before the exam, and then they're surprised when they don't do well. Another common mistake is not reviewing material regularly, which makes it easy to forget what you learned earlier in the semester. Some students also rely too heavily on their teachers, expecting them to spoon-feed them all the information they need to know. And then there are those who think that simply attending classes and doing the minimum required is enough to get good grades. Additionally, many students don't take the time to understand what they're reading, instead just passively scanning through their textbooks or notes. They might think they're getting the information, but in reality, they're not absorbing anything. And let's not forget about the students who try to multitask while they're studying, thinking that they can do multiple things at once. Newsflash, you can't. You're either studying or you're doing something else. You can't do both effectively. Unfortunately, many students are still using these ineffective study methods, and it's holding them back from achieving their full potential. But it doesn't have to be that way. By avoiding these common pitfalls and adopting more effective techniques, you can significantly boost your grades. One of the worst study methods out there is cramming. You know, that all-nighter you pull before the exam, trying to cram as much information as possible into your brain. It might seem like it's working in the short term, but trust me, it's not going to help you in the long run. Not only will you forget most of what you learned, but you'll also be exhausted and stressed out. Another ineffective method is passive reading. You know, when you're just scanning through your notes or textbook without actually understanding what you're reading, that's not going to help you either. And then there's multitasking, which is basically just a recipe for disaster. You think you can study and watch TV or scroll through your phone at the same time. No, you can't. You're just going to end up wasting time and not absorbing any of the information. These study methods might seem like they're helping, but in reality, they're just holding you back. So, what can you do instead? Well, one of the most effective study techniques out there is active learning. This means engaging with the material you're studying, asking yourself questions, and summarizing what you've learned in your own words. It takes more effort, but it's worth it in the end. Another technique that's really effective is spaced repetition. This involves reviewing material at increasingly longer intervals to help solidify it in your long-term memory. By ditching those ineffective study methods and adopting more effective techniques, you can start to see real improvements in your grades. It might take some time and effort to adjust to the new methods, but trust me, it's worth it. You'll be amazed at how much more you can accomplish when you're using the right strategies. So, to recap, avoiding ineffective study methods is key to boosting your grades. Don't fall into the trap of cramming, passive reading, or multitasking. Instead, focus on active learning and spaced repetition to really absorb the material and retain it for the long haul. If you've got any study tips or experiences you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about effective studying, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos on this topic.